I'm looking for Mercedes G-Guard. You see that one that if you want to climb inside, you use ladder. I have at least 20 people here asking how I met my boyfriend. Hey guys, Dimma here. First Q&A of 2023. I love these. You guys love them. I asked you guys to ask me questions and I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to try as much as possible in this particular one to answer questions that I have not answered before. I say this at the beginning of every Q&A, just kind of like a disclaimer, okay? If you've asked something and you feel like I did not answer it, please check the description box. I'm going to have my previous, more recent Q&As linked, okay? But you can have your questions answered there. If you feel like I didn't answer, just check. Unless you ask me a math 10, which I'm not going to be answering at all. This Q&A is not started, and I'm seeing some very crazy things, okay? How is the first question here? Someone asking me so far, how is it being a whole wife and a mom of two? Whose account are you on? I want to believe that this is an honest mistake. In as much as I love Q&As, I feel like I actually end up blocking people after Q&As because I feel like some people you know, like, yeah, there's this thing I think that human beings do where you want to be noticed so bad and you feel like there are plenty people, and let us say you've not been able to get my attention on other social media, maybe in the comment section, maybe via DMs. People sometimes say the most crazy, insensitive, standout things to you so that it's the first thing you see, like it just hits you like, is this person mad? Why do you want to be noticed as a mad person? Okay, let's start, okay? So questions that I get multiple times, I'm going to try to answer them once, okay? I have a lot of people asking how I use. I feel like this is a standard question now every time I do Q&As, and I genuinely know where it's coming from. I really appreciate those of you who take out the time to ask me like this, because it stands out to me like that a lot of you actually see me as a human being and you're very conscious of some of the things that I've been through. And in as much as I'm trying to entertain and teach and all of that, some of you also just really want to know that I am well. And I have a lot of how I use, how are you really, you know, I'm not going to call names here, but see guys, I have a lot of questions and I've seen quite a few how I use, and guys, I'm fine. Thank you so much. I'm doing much better than I was last year. So I'm really grateful for that. Someone is asking here, this is Oyin Damola Ojo is asking, how is your video quality clearer than my eyesight? I've done a video dedicated to my filming setup, filming equipment, but for those of you who are wondering what I am filming this video with, this is a Canon 5D Mark IV with a Sigma 50mm 1.4 lens. It's a very good camera, very, very good, and it gives you very crisp, clean, clear, like, images, okay? So that's the camera I'm filming with. If you want a detailed list of all the things that I'll use to vlog and all of that, just check the description box. Everything is going to be there. So Obianuju Betty is saying, I admire your resilience. Please, what helped you boost your confidence as a vlogger? Guys, this is a very good question. The truth is, I actually faked it until I made it. I didn't start vlogging out confident. If you guys go back and watch some of my earliest videos, like, you'll think that my camera was toasting me. That's how shy I used to be in front of the camera. So I would just like give myself a very serious pep talk before I start talking. And over the years, because I've been doing this for quite a while, I've just gotten used to talking to the camera. Right now, when I'm talking, it feels like I'm talking to my friends, like people that I know. And I think that helps a lot. Like, most of the time when you pick up a camera and you start to talk, if you are imagining that you're talking to strangers who don't know you, when we think of strangers, we also begin to think about how they judge us, you know, how like they might not understand certain things, like how they are reading like, no, I used to do that a lot. And I feel like when you're conscious of all those things, it kind of shows with like just the way you are in front of the camera. So what I do now, or one of the things I actually force myself to start doing is, especially in the early days when I'd have like 10 people, 5 people commenting on my videos, you know, whenever I pick up the camera the next time, I would imagine myself talking to those 5 or 10 people who have said really supportive things, and it kind of helps me just feel comfortable and feel like I'm talking to friends, okay? And I think I also have a question here, someone asking how I am so confident like vlogging outside when I know that people are looking at me. That one took a lot of practice. I want to just talk to you guys like nobody else is there. So that one takes a lot of practice, and it's like you just kind of shutting out your environment and zoning in on your camera and talking. But I highly recommend that you kind of try this. But always imagine that you're talking to people who actually love and care about you when you're in front of the camera. It will help with delivery. It will help with just how comfortable you are while talking. Okay? Okay, this is a very good question. So Badalchi.inc is asking, as a YouTuber, do you outsource or do you do all the work yourself, editing, scripting? I've never really answered this question like this. I'm really excited actually that I got this. So let me answer. I've been doing YouTube since 2012 and I film, edit everything myself, right? Even right now, I'm filming this video myself. I have my camera in front of me on a tripod and I use a remote control to control the shutter button, right? I use it to control the shutter button and that's just easy. I don't need help when it comes to filming content or vlogging. However, I found that if you want to put out a lot of work or just do a lot of things, like at a point, you might have to just outsource. And the main thing that I currently outsource when it comes to some of my content is editing. I don't outsource for everything still, but I outsource some of my editing now. And it's helped me so much now because I'm able to focus on coming up with actual video ideas, focus on filming, focus on scripting. I script my content myself. I script my videos myself. What I say, how I will say it, in what order. I take my time and do that the day before. I've even shown like me scripting on my Instagram stories sometimes. So scripting, filming, I still do myself. However, editing YouTube videos now, I outsource some of it. There are still some videos that I'll film. I know that somebody else might not be able to edit this for me, especially sometimes videos that have voiceovers or very short YouTube videos. I tend to just edit those myself, but I outsource editing. Editing is the one thing. Even my thumbnails, I design them myself. I take my thumbnail pictures myself. I design them on Canva and photo. I do all of that myself. The only thing I'm currently outsourcing is editing. Badalchi.inc is also asking, do you mind sharing your story about the first time you were monetized on YouTube? I have an entire video dedicated to this. I'm going to try to link it in the description box. I have at least 20 people here asking how I met my boyfriend. I met my boyfriend through a mutual friend. We met in 2017. We didn't start dating. Like this dating we're dating now started last year, so we've technically been dating for about a year. Okay, we've been in a relationship for about a year now, because some people have also been asking here, how long have you guys been together? For a year. Started dating properly, officially last year. UC_baby is asking, biggest lesson learned from 2022. I learned last year that it was important to be selfish sometimes. It's a motto that I'm currently still living by. You get into a place where there's so much happening to you at once and some people don't care. It's so funny because I know that recently Chrissy was telling me that this new you, Dimma, because like I used to care so much, right? Not necessarily of what people thought about me, but I would be particular about, like, you know how some people tell you that they will say, no, I can't do this. I would always think that I had to have a very long, fleshed out story or excuse to justify my not wanting to stretch myself a certain way. I had so many times on this channel because I know that I came up here last year and I kind of explained some of the issues that I had been dealing with, some of it like physical, mental, and all of that. And at a point, I came back again, like started, as I felt better, started doing stuff again. In September, I had another like whole thing happen. I've never even talked about this because I just came back and I started vlogging, but it was so bad that I couldn't get out of bed before 12 p.m. on a daily basis, right? It was like I was dealing with a lot at that time. And I remember like one person, a couple of people who at that point in time where I felt like I was fighting, who were basically without a how are you, do you get? I learned that it was okay to just say, I just did not want to do whatever it is you wanted me to do at that time. Irrespective of the fact that I had a very serious reason, but I just learned that it was okay to be, you don't have to do this. I don't want to do this. And even subsequently, as you were trying to drag an explanation out of me, I don't owe you anything. Because if anything happened to you and I just never came back here again, life is going to continue for a lot of people. And they'll be like, oh, there was this girl. She was so good. Do you guys get what I'm saying? But yeah, I learned that in a very visceral way last year. Someone here, Andrew's daughter, is saying, can you get your sister Norma in a sit-down video to answer questions on pharmacy school? Norma is actually coming next week, so I might actually do a Q&A with her. I don't know if but I don't know, like, this is such a broad question about pharmacy school. I don't know, but I'm going to show her this question, and if there's anything she wants to share, she will share with you guys. Benita Best 6 is saying, when are we going to see your boyfriend? This is like another version of the question I just answered now. When are we going to see your boyfriend? I pray he will be your husband. Also, why do I feel like Denola Gray is your boyfriend? Denola, come and see something. Please. Because I don't understand. Guys, like, I've shown Denola in a couple of vlogs, like, I don't know how you do the graph and landed at Denola, but Denola, they think you fancy me. I'm proud. I think Denola fancies me. I'm gonna show him this. So I feel like for questions that I think are a bit sensitive, I might not call the name of the person who has asked. Someone is saying, I'm 33, not in a relationship yet, but I want to get married, have a family. Any advice? I would say maybe be intentional about it, like maybe be deliberate, because I feel like for you to get married, then you have to be a bit more intentional about putting yourself out there, going out, socializing. But I think that as you're doing all of those things, I also don't think that you should let the thought of it consume you, because it's like almost like clockwork with everybody who I feel like who at a point ended up finding their person. There's always like a point of like, I wasn't even searching, like I had given up, like I wasn't thinking about it that much. And for some weird ass reason, I feel like the minute you stop looking and you relax and decide to get on with your life and focus on the things that you can control, someone happens by. So I'd say go out, and I feel like do what you think you should do. Like go out, even if if you're working remotely, go to a coffee shop, just put yourself out there, or just go out and interact with people, but then don't let it be something that keeps you up at night. Let that not be what you plan your life or certain aspects of your life. Like don't let thoughts of it consume you. And I think that you should just focus on the things you can control. Do what you can, but focus on the things you can control. And I think that while you do that, the chances that you actually meet someone or find someone, I don't know, kind of happened like that for me, so don't stress, okay? I have a lot of people here asking me how I handled life in my 20s. I want to do a video about like things, just very important things I feel like I wish I had known, or things I think I did wrong in my 20s. That video is going to come up soon, and I think that in so many ways it's going to answer this question that I think I've gotten so many versions of. So Mofi Jesu.Sewa is asking how to maintain a healthy diet on a budget in Nigeria. Guys, I am actually not going to lie. Healthy eating is not cheap. It's actually not cheap. Like, I'm saying this as someone who just recently embarked on another type of diet. It is not cheap at all. And it tends to be like this, like down to even, let us say you're trying to get organic products. Organic products are more expensive than regular type of products, you know. However, I would highly recommend that you follow Lose It Nigerian, Naija Foodie. In short, my love for cooking in general, where in so many ways, like, that woman inspired it. And she has so many cookbooks where she kind of gives you recipes, right? For Nigerian food, like that, on recipes she's designed using things that are very, very accessible to us, but they're healthy, like healthy recipes. I'd say follow her. She has about 5 or 6 cookbooks. Ronke of Naija Foodie. She also has the Lose It Nigerian account. Please follow her. You're going to get a lot of inspiration from just her work. If you're trying to eat healthy like healthy on a budget here in Nigeria, I think that Ronke is godsend when it comes to that. Angel_Okenu is asking, when you go for trips, do you tell your parents about it? I'm 32 years old. what are they going to do? Tell me to kneel down and raise my hand. I think that at this point, they're just grateful that I tell them my whereabouts so that they actually know where I am at. But I am old enough to actually make, like when my parents were my age, do you get? They were not answering to anybody too. When I'm traveling, guys, I actually tell my parents, yes. I tell my parents that I'm traveling. I tell my parents who I am traveling with. I always do. Eugene is asking, is consistency enough to help one grow on YouTube? I think that consistency is a very, 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 very important element. Like, it's a very important factor. The algorithm favors people who are putting out things consistently. But then again, if you're also doing a lot of work but not putting a lot of thought into the type of content you're putting out, or if you don't, or if not put effort into understanding your audience, then you could also just be stressing yourself. If you're putting out content consistently that your audience is not necessarily engaging with, that's also pointless. So I'd say consistency is important, but there are so many other things that are important, including video quality, including actual content, like your video ideas, including days of the week that you upload, including like just you factoring in your like the location of your subscribers and just knowing how to talk to them or content that will appeal to them. All those things matter alongside consistency. Oma_guys is saying, hi Dim, love your perfume collections. Are you open to starting a perfume series on YouTube? I low-key have a perfume series now, but like I kind of do it once a year where I kind of talk about all the perfumes that I've loved throughout the year. I'm going to have those linked in the description box so that you guys will check them out. But yeah, maybe I'll do more content around perfumes because I really, really love them. So yeah. But I'm open. It's just like I'm trying to figure out what you guys will actually like to hear about perfumes. Once I figure that out, I will share. Miss Oma is here asking, do you miss the old YouTube videos on beauty and makeup videos? I've said this in a previous video, even recently, that yes, I kind of miss it, but then again, not so much, because I understand all the things that led to the downfall of that old YouTube. Like the drama was too much, but sometimes I miss like certain aspects of it. So B_Enga is asking, has being a Catholic with its unique doctrines helped in your connection with God? I think that being Catholic is largely all I've known, and I find comfort in certain aspects of Catholicism, if that makes sense. I like how calm the things are done in the Catholic Church. I love the fact that you're just encouraged to come as you are and pray as you know how to. Like, we're not very wordy when it comes to prayers. We're not expected to be very charismatic when it comes to certain aspects of worship. You're just told to, if you know how He's doing, you come and just approach God that way. And I found that it's made it easy for me, especially if you're someone who is awkward and you find certain, like, just praying is something you're struggling with. If you find yourself in an environment that just encourages you to come as you are, it makes it easy, you know. Gada Care asks, random, but do you have a favorite car? I'm looking for Mercedes G-Guard. You see that one that if you want to climb inside, you use ladder. That's how high the car is. I'm a tall girl, guys. I love big cars. Not big cars like all those trucks that look like trailers. No. But like sexy cars that are big. I love like a lot of like the cars Mercedes G-Class. I'm not a Range Rover fan. Yeah, there are two Mercedes cars that I am just like, I dream about sometimes and I say, God, please help us. So the same person is asking, what character traits do your favorite close friends and family all have in common? Sensitivity. Okay, I get along with people who are very, very sensitive, with people who know how to take other people's feelings into consideration, and people who, let us say, because so many things from life shape us, right? And people who, let's say, in certain situations it doesn't even occur to them, certain things don't occur to them, are open to understanding why it matters to you and are willing to adjust. I'm an empath, so I take care with people's feelings. Like, I think that kindness is such an important quality where human beings are. So my thing is, in as much as I am kind, I also like kind people. I don't go around doing things because I expect people to do them back to me, but if and when I do receive what I put out, it makes me very happy. So people who are sensitive, who take care with the way they talk, with the things they say, I appreciate. It's a common thing in my family. Like, I don't come from a family where people just talk anyhow. Especially between me and my siblings. Like, I'd rather everybody just shut up, nobody says anything, okay? Than like just like I believe in hard truths. If you love somebody, you tell them. But then casual just saying stuff without just considering how that would make another person feel, I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, so the Making Mock is asking, how do you remain so consistent and show up for yourself always? I think about what I want, what my inner child wants, what my younger self wants, and I just show up for those people. It's very important. I'm not a very big fan of saying that age should make you stop wanting certain things. No, if there are things you really feel like you ought to give yourself, give them to yourself. You know, I'm a big fan of just like showing up for those people, you know, showing up for them and showing up well. The past 2 years, for example, dealt me such a heavy blow. When it even came to like my goals, like when it came to this channel, I remember like trying so hard in the midst of physical difficulty and a lot of other difficulties last year. Starting again, I'll start, I'll stop when my body calls for it. I'll start again, I'll stop when things going. Do you understand? Like, it was a lot, and I was doing that in front of people who would come in the comment section and judge me and compare me to other YouTubers. And even when I come back and I start posting, a good number of you will be like, oh Dimma, thank you, you know, like be like, I hope you're well and all of that. Some people are there talking about how I've left them waiting for like 1 month or 2 months. Who do you think you are? Blah 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 blah. You should do better. They don't care. And every time, despite all of that, I come back and I'll be like, I still have this goal. Let me come back to posting. I still have it. And I'm doing it now with even not a lot of pressure, knowing that, God forbid, I might have to take a break soon again. Whatever, I will still come back. And that's life. As long as you're able to come back with one goal in mind, think about the things you really want and just keep your eyes on that goal. It might be slower than it is for some other people. It might look like it's moving so fast for some other people, but know that you are different. Your life is different. Your trajectory is different. Show up for your own self as much as you can, every time you can. I think that that's important. So next question is from Ada Canada, and she's asking, would you ever be interested in doing a meet and greet? I would love to attend if so. I actually think I might do one this year. Do you guys want me to do a meet and greet? Let me know. I wanted to do one pre-COVID or around that 2020, just before COVID hit. And after COVID, I kind of just like abandoned the idea. Is this something you guys would still like me to do? Please let me know. And Yons is asking, are you dating an Igbo man? Yes. So somebody's here asking, what do you think about romance? I have a crush on a coworker and I think he likes me too. I love romance. I love romance, okay? If you have a crush on your coworker and you think he likes you too, one of you should do something about it, yeah? I feel like, have you tried talking to him? You know, like, just try to, I know that sometimes we're shy and we're not like socialized to be the ones to, but sometimes like make it easy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe talk to him. Do you get? And you will see. Maybe that might help. Dimma Umeh for 24, who is technically my namesake, is here asking me, Dimma, do you like your name? Do you like your name? You that is asking me. Shebi, we are namesakes. Yes, I like my name. What's your English name? My English name is Priska. Would you befriend a man who hurt your close friend? Not really. I actually think I take those type of things very seriously, and it depends on how, like, it doesn't even depend on how, sorry, I'm actually one of those people who I tend to, like, in very, like, I'll be cordial with you, but then I'm also not mushy with people who I know have made people who I love feel like crap. So there's that. Someone is saying, loving your new body weight, by the way. What do you miss about your old body weight? Do I really miss anything. I feel like before my face used to be fuller. I actually don't think I miss anything. I've actually gained weight since last time you guys saw me. Did you notice that I gained weight? How many kg do you think I gained?
Like 2, 3.
Yeah.
You see?
I'll give you 200 naira. A lot of you are saying here that you really love me and you think I'm amazing. Voke Georgina is saying, I just wanted to say how amazing you are and beautiful. You've really added value to my life. I have so many similar comments like this. Thank you so much, guys. Like when you people say sweet things like this to me, thank you so much. So this is from Chisum and she's asking, are you being pressured to get married? By people I know, no. By people I don't know, yes. Belumi A is asking, do you have a PA or is there an opportunity to intern with you? I have two lovely PAs, I'm telling you. Best girls ever. Star.R is asking, what do you do on a typical lazy day? I eat and I sleep. Or I watch something. Or I read a book. But that's it. What books have you been reading or do you recommend? I'm currently reading a collection of short stories that I shared a couple of vlogs ago. I don't have it here, but then it's the Henry O Prize, I think, winners of 2021. And then I've also read The Girl with a Louding Voice this year. I really, 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 really loved it. How has dating life been so far? Love from D. This is from Miss Laddie 19 and it's been nice, lovely. I recommend it. Try it. When is Jola coming back? Jola, when are you coming back? Because you made quite an impression on this channel. When are you coming back? Please tell us. How do independent, successful women make friends? This is actually a very, very good question and it's from Adam Mojo 935. I would highly recommend that you understand yourself first. Try. Figure out what you like, what you do not like. Establish boundaries. Know what your boundaries are already. I think it will help. I'm not going to say you have to be friends with people who are exactly like you, but if you understand yourself and you know what your boundaries are, it helps you. So let us even say that it's someone younger, it's someone much older who is married. Just know yourself, because I feel like a lot of people go into situations not knowing themselves, and you learn as you go, or when people begin to do things that annoy you, you begin to, I don't really like this. Take note of the fact that you don't like it. Take note of the fact that you don't necessarily like certain ideologies. Take note of the fact that it just helps. It helps you identify and it makes it easier. Is it advisable to date your neighbor or your work colleague? I'm sorry. Work colleague, I don't know, because I wouldn't say that I've ever been in that environment before. One thing I've had before is male neighbors. No, I don't think it's a good idea to date someone. For me, this is for me. Okay, let me not say I don't think it's a good idea. I personally, Dimma Umeh, will not date someone who I live in the same compound with. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea, because what if it doesn't work out? You start taking the step because it's in the elevator. It's long. Yeah, Black is asking, do you ever go to workouts or you just eat moderately to maintain a healthy weight? I actually started working out this year. I've been working out for like 30 minutes and I think that I've been the most consistent I've ever been in a very long time. I think that one thing that changed for me though is that I stopped doing morning workouts. Like, I think that there's so much pressure. People say wake up by 5 a.m., workouts. If I work out in the morning, I'm sorry guys, the next thing I want to do is sleep. Standard. Like, I'm unable to function throughout the day if I work out and my body is aching. My body just wants to sleep. If you struggle sleeping at night, or you have insomnia, or you don't even struggle with sleep, I'd highly recommend switching your workouts to night time something, like workout at night. Let it be like a nighttime routine. It helps with sleeping. I feel like I'm able to sleep deeper. My muscles are sore, but in a good way. So yeah, I say switch to nighttime workout. But I've been working out, yeah. And I also I don't eat a lot these days, so yeah. Next question is from Jimmy_B, and it's, would you describe yourself as petty/vindictive? What do you think of people who are? I don't think that I'm petty or vindictive, and I'm not a very big fan of people who orchestrate ways to hurt people back. The people that even scare me the most are the ones who pretend that everything is fine. I don't know how to pretend to save my life. Do you get? Like, if I'm hurt, I cannot. I've also learned that actually doing that is, if you're one of those people, like, if you're trying to tell somebody that they've hurt you or trying to kind of call out certain behavior, it's because you actually want to keep the person in your life. You're trying to establish boundaries. So that doesn't mean that you're trying to hurt the person in any way. I don't know how to pretend. I'll tell you how I feel. The people that scare me so much are people who pretend that everything is fine, but they're kind of planning ways to get you back or hurt you more than you've hurt them. I'm not vindictive, but what I'm very good at is holding people accountable. So I'm going to tell you how I feel. But I'm not going to make elaborate plans to get you or hurt you back. I don't have the heart for that. Okay? And people who are, especially the silent ones, I find them scary. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you're not yet subscribed. All the relevant links, guys, will be in the description box. I'll see you guys in my next one. I'll do a couple more Q&As as we go through the year, but this is my first one this year. Love you guys. And I'll see you in my next one. Kisses.